So what does this actually mean for our people within the organization? The moment that they're growing awareness um, is like, I've always come to work, for example, right? This was the way I used to look at my job, and this was how I used to respond whenever I would get a angry email from a customer who would tell me, "Oh, the result is unacceptable." I would try to fix the result, right? Typical behavior. Um, as awareness grows, literally, I become an observer. I become aware that this is how I treat a problem. The moment I become aware is the moment I can see my own. I'll draw it like this. I can see my own walls, and I understand that this is just a wall that I've created in my head. That this is just a program that has served me so far. So the moment I can see the wall within my job description is the moment where I have choice. I have options. I can look at that wall and say, actually, this wall, if I leave it there, this means that the potential next customer will have the same issue, right? Or the next success might also come out of the blue, and I won't know the process that guaranteed the good success. So the moment I become observer of my walls is the moment where I can start taking them down. This taking them down is actually putting myself in the risk of failure, right? I had the wall there because I was certain, I was convinced that the wall helped me, that the wall guaranteed success or um, protected me from failure, protected me from being ridiculed within this group. So the moment I become aware of the wall and I can start taking it down is the moment where I need to um, I need to make a hole in the wall. I need to take the bricks out. So literally, I need to kind of open myself a little bit and take that risk. And that fear process, that breaking down of behavioral walls, is a very scary part for your organization, for the people within your organization. So, um, when we think of that moment, and we've all had it ourselves, you have an insight and now you need to act to it as well. So that might become a bit more. I had that a lot when I just was a young mother, and I would have an insight about how I wanted to raise my kids, but then the whole world around me would kind of go, "Oh, what are you talking about? How are you going to do that? And don't be crazy. Just do whatever we all do, right? Stay within the current behavior." And this is actually funny because it takes a lot of energy, it takes a lot of smiles and a lot of support as well to go out on that quest of breaking walls. But what we actually do is that whenever we break those walls, we allow more awareness with inside of our teams. Is that their prefrontal cortex grows, right? So that part here gets more wired. And at that moment, when they see this choice and they receive a new perception, they receive a new request, for example, let's say from a customer or a colleague, to think in this way or in that way, already it becomes an option to them. The wall isn't so thick anymore. And you could actually see this when you won't immediately see the behavior change, but what you'll see is that people will take a little bit more time before they behave, or they will look a little bit puzzled and they will go like, right, but what do you think? And I'm not too sure. So those are indications that people are taking down walls, that people are actually exploring. And whenever they do that, even if they're not doing it in your desired direction, please become aware that they are actually taking a really huge step, right? They're exercising a muscle, right? Maybe they're not yet exercising in the way, but the fact that they've taken the weight and they're pushing it up and down, and that they have this commitment of going into their adaptive mode is a really strong indication that they are change ready, right? So you create, by growing awareness and allowing people to be more adaptive, you create change readiness. And the next thing we need to talk about is, of course, how do we make the desired one more interesting than the other one? But I'll cover that in the next series.